You are the only one who gave us hope.
I will try my best.
Been trying to get an angle on this medical piece. Paolo Macchiarini, who's developing artificial organs.
Medical miracles.
The work I do, this could change the world.
That's a look at season 2 of the haunting true crime series Dr. Death, where investigative journalist Benita Alexander crosses paths with miracle man Dr. Paolo Macchiarini, a charming surgeon renowned for his innovative operations for a story. Now, the line between personal and professional begins to blur, changing Benita's life forever. Joining us now in a Canadian exclusive is Mandy Moore, who plays Benita. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Hi.
You are so good in this. You know, I feel like the true crime genre in general, people just cannot get enough of. Are you one of those people?
I would say that, like, I'm not a true crime junkie. Like, I'll devour just about anything. I'm a little bit more selective about the podcasts and the TV shows. I mean, because there is so much out there, but I was a big fan of Dr. Death season 1, which was part of the reason that I was so excited to be a part of this season. But what I love so much about, like, this particular show and this story is, like, it marries the personal and the professional side of, like, you know, what it means to be deceived by, like, a medical institution and doctors and people that we have, like, wholehearted trust in intrinsically. Like, we just believe them to be infallible, and that sometimes people are human. I'm not saying you shouldn't trust medical institutions or doctors, but I also think the takeaway can be, like, we have to be our strongest and best advocate, like empowering yourself in that sense.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you're playing Benita, who is very good at her job. She's a journalist, but we're also seeing this very vulnerable side to her. She fell in love. So what was it like playing the logical and the emotional sides of this character?
Yeah, my character is really capable and smart and at the top of her field, and she's a really accomplished investigative journalist and producer. And to see her in this very specific, vulnerable, like, season of her life that allows her to sort of open herself up in a way that she would never otherwise to this person. She's around impressive people all the time, but, like, she's doing this story on this incredibly impressive doctor who's, like, you know, pioneering regenerative medicine and is famous and handsome and charming, and it's like she just completely falls victim to his charm and his charm offensive and they sort of, like, become so entangled in one another's lives, and ultimately it's her undoing, but she ends up helping save the day in one way or another, and you know, holding him accountable. But yeah, I found it so fascinating. Like, I hope that Benita is a surrogate for the audience, that they could see themselves and, like, how to take away the stigma and the shame around what it means to sort of be a quote unquote victim, that, like, it really could happen to the best of us. And she's just a perfect example of that.
I feel like everyone fell in love with you for so many years on your show, This Is Us. What was it like for you to pivot into this show? I mean, that must have been a pretty interesting challenge.
That's very sweet. I mean, I think as an actor, like, it's all about, like, what is going to, you know, be a challenge, what's going to be exciting for you. And this was something wholly different, like, tonally in every sense. I'd never done anything like this before. And just what the story itself was going to be putting out in the world, I was just excited to do something that was, like, very, very, very different.
And can we talk about you and Edgar Ramirez? I mean, talk about charming and also scary. He definitely had some scary moments. I mean, what was it like working with him and his intensity?
Yeah, I mean, that's the trick of a character like his, is you have to buy in on minute one. Like, why would his patients trust him so deeply for these very, very you know, this is like, he's pioneering this world of regenerative medicine, and these are surgeries that have never been performed before, and so this is like whole new territory, and they trust him intrinsically, and obviously, like, Benita trusts him and ends up, like, forfeiting her entire life for him. So Edgar is everything you would want in a character like this. He's so handsome and so winning, and you just, like, are on his side immediately, and I feel like that was imperative for the audience and for my character and the patients to all be able to buy into.
Now, the holidays are right around the corner. Yes, I'm doing a very hard pivot here. What is the one family tradition that you are looking forward to most?
I'm just excited about our oldest guy. He's going to be 3 in February, like really understanding what the holidays are this year, and Santa and like a tree and decorating and all of that. Like he's finally like just aware really of the world around him in that sense. So like being able to do all of that and experience all of that through his eyes is so much fun.
Aw, that is so exciting. Well, listen, have an amazing time and congratulations on this series. I was a big fan of season 1 and this one is just very amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.